Hey everyone, we're back here with Casey Stoney. She's going to say a few words about the first week of training and the upcoming season, and we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, great to be back in. Firstly, feel like it's a long off season here compared to in the UK. Too long, in my opinion. But great to have the players back in. Great to have the new faces in as well. Everyone, the energy about the place has been fantastic this week. So, just building on last season now, and obviously wanting to improve.
Okay. Scott, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Hi, Casey. As you move forward to the regular season and the regular season, are there areas that you feel that need to be bolstered, things that you want to do to improve the squad?
Yeah, I think obviously we're always looking to improve. I think that's with the players that we've got, and then obviously if there's additional to add, we will do that if the opportunities arise. I'm really pleased with the business that we've done in the winter window to bring in the players that we've brought in with vast experience within this league. I think it will make us even more competitive, and also the work we did in the draft as well. Really excited by those younger players coming in. So yeah, I think it's about building on what we did last season, making sure we're still as competitive as ever. And that's the work that we put into preseason.
Are there any areas on the field that you are looking at in terms of improving?
I think it's about our consistency. Obviously, we want to score more goals. We want to keep more clean sheets. We need to make sure that more players contribute to goals. We can't rely so heavily on one goal scorer, albeit, she's a great player. We want more. We want to get more attacking players in the right areas to score goals. That's something we're looking at, is how we create those opportunities. And continuing to be a team that's hard to beat.
Wonderful. Thank you, Casey.
Thanks.
Derek.
Hey, Coach. In the middle of the season, you're going to lose several players for World Cup. How do you schedule moving up into that tournament? Are you going to restrict playing time for some of the people who might be gone? Maybe get some more players in there to get your depth a little bit more experience in the NWSL, or do you worry about that as it comes?
I think it's something you have to plan for. It's an anomaly that I'm not used to working with in the UK. I wish we would move more towards the FIFA calendar and FIFA windows. That's something I would propose and fight for, so that we don't lose such a vast amount of numbers out of our squad during World Cup windows, and they don't miss so many games. They don't want to miss the games either. Yeah, we plan for it. We're going to look at how we can take care of our squad in terms of making sure everyone's played in and played games and played minutes. So yeah, we have to plan for it. And that's why we've also gone into the window and made the signings that we've made as well, because they had much needed experience at certain times of the year.
And we talked a lot last year about how many young players you did get playing time to. I assume that with the talent you brought in the draft, as you mentioned, that's going to be something you're not going to shy away from again this year.
No, absolutely not. If you're good enough, you're old enough, and you don't know until you put them in. So yeah, I'm a keen person who likes. I'm keen on young players coming in and the development pathway and how we give them the right opportunities at the right times. So yeah, we'll expose young players at the right times. We've also brought in experience as well. So I think we've done really well to improve our roster.
And then lastly, for me, you have a program in place now. Last year, you kind of had to throw this whole thing together and then work on, establishing a system as you were going through the season. Now that you've got a full year under the belt and there's an expectation that players know what that is, how much better can you be earlier in the season this year?
Yeah, we have to hit the ground running. We needed the Challenge Cup last year to give us a bit of a shock to the system, to be honest. So, we need to hit the ground running. We've got some really competitive games in pre-season, which we're really looking forward to, which should start us in good stead. And yeah, we need to be consistent from the off. We don't have the Challenge Cup to be able to do that this time.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Steph Young.
Thanks. Hi, Coach. I mean, you just mentioned about, being someone who's keen on young players, development pathway. We saw the schedule this season where they're putting Challenge Cup games midweek. And so I'm just wondering, I know you've had like 5 seconds of preseason, but are you looking at that and thinking this is a good chance for me to like roster rotation, bench depth, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Especially midweek and those periods where, the World Cup's on, it's about, giving you depth, playing time. And I don't know who that's going to be yet. I don't make any guarantees to any player in my squad, whether they're going to start, be a game changer or, not be on the roster. It's about them working the next 6 weeks to get themselves in a position for me to make a decision. So yeah, we're planning accordingly, and we're making sure that, you know, we give players rest when it's right, and we give players minutes when it's right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Amor.
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Thanks for your time. I want to ask you about a young player. It's Melanie Bárcenas.
Yeah.
She's a former under 17 player with Mexico.
Yeah.
What kind of chances she has to become a pro and also play with San Diego Wave? I don't know if she's only on tryout, or what can you say about her?
Well, with that talent, she's got every chance of playing for San Diego Wave. She's been training with us for, you know, nearly a year in our environment as a training player. Now there's the possibility that she can get a contract, and it's a player that excites me a lot. She's still very young. We need to protect her on and off the field to make sure she's looked after, because she's only 15 years of age. But the talent's there. You know, actually last year she got left out of a couple of international camps, and I think it's the best thing that's happened to her, because I've seen a resilience now, and I've seen a bounce back ability, and I've seen a desire to, you know, want to keep improving. We need to keep her feet on the ground and keep her working hard. And, you know, she's come back into preseason in fantastic shape. And I'll let you ask our players what she's like, because I certainly wouldn't want to be playing against her.
Thank you.
2 balls and a mic.
Hello, Casey. Hope you had a good holiday. I just wanted to touch on, obviously last year you established an identity with the play style for Wave, the ability to adapt and grow within the season as well. How do you make sure that that's something that is still built upon? And how do you bring the new players into that philosophy and make sure that they adapt well to what's already established here?
It's my job to coach, and my staff to coach, and my team around me to get that information into the players. We want to be adaptable. We want to be tactically flexible, but we need to make sure the system and the style suits the strengths to the players that we've got, and also the opposition that we're playing against. So, you know, we've got 6 weeks in pre-season to continue to grow those ideas, and then we will adapt throughout the season. You know, we don't stop learning just because we kick a ball for the first regular game of the season. It's about continuing to grow. We're only in our second ever season as a team. So yeah, we'll set our own expectations. We know the expectations on us will be higher, and they should be. And it's up to us now to meet those expectations.
Perfect. Thank you.
Stephanie.
Hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay, yep, sorry, I had a mic issue last time. Hi, Coach. One of your players, Alex Morgan, is currently training with the U.S. Women's National Team in preparation for the She Believes Cup. And she'll be playing a few games in Florida. And last time you were in Florida playing against the Orlando Pride, you and a few of the Wave players made a point to wear gay shirts in protest of certain policies in Florida. And not too long ago, Alex was recently asked about her support for playing sports, and I was just wondering if you had any opinions on that and on the unfortunate efforts to curb LGBT rights in certain states in America.
I didn't catch all of that
She
question.
made a statement about having trans kids in sports.
Okay. Yeah. I've spoken about trans kids in sports to say, like, I would need a hell of a lot more education and research from the science behind it before I could give a valuable and informed answer. I think sports should be for everybody. And I don't sway away from that, but I couldn't give you an informed answer without all the science and the research. I do think, you know, sports, like I said, it should be for all. And as for the policies in Florida, I would never work there. I would never choose to work there. I would never choose to raise my family there. There's places in the world that are moving forward, and unfortunately this country at certain times, as difficult as it is, I live here. I'm not a native, but it seems to be going backwards. But I'd ask who's making the rulings. Seems to be an awful lot of men making rulings about women. That's all I know, and I don't agree with it. I think it's a world that should be free to love who you love, and be who you authentically want to be. No one else should tell you how you can live your life and who you want to be. You're not hurting anybody. You're not doing any damage. I I think we have to move away from those narrow-minded attitudes. I always say to anyone, I've got a problem, come and have dinner with my family and see how I love my kids in and what environment they grow up in, and then you might change your mind.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Last question before we wrap up, Abraham.
Hey coach, welcome back. I just was curious. I wanted to ask. Last week, Taylor Korniak said that she's been practicing more in the six, more of the defensive midfielder role. I was wondering if you kind of see that role for her with the Wave or something more similar to what happened last season.
I like to give Taylor a little bit more flexibility in her game than that. I played her more of a 10. I thought her and Alex's connection was very good. And also when she arrives in the box, she's a danger. I did play her lower at times, but with freedom. I always played her with somebody else, so she wasn't an isolated six. I don't see Taylor in that light for us. I think we'd be taking away her strengths if she played as an isolated six. If she played as a double six with the freedom to go forward, yeah, potentially. And we did that last year. But I did put her in training because I knew that she was going away with the national team and she needs to work on it. If she plays as a single six, she's going to have to be really disciplined and understand her role very clearly. And I'm sure Vlatko will give her that information and give her the best chance to be successful. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how she gets on in there. She's so coachable and she wants to do well. So I'm sure she'll go in there and be successful.
Okay. Thank you all for joining. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, Casey.
Thank
and
you.
Hopefully see you all at our home opener on March 25th. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.